Well, it's controversy. They're not doing well. Lakers blew a 10-point lead in game one up in Denver, blew a 21-point lead in game two, and now there is some inner turmoil. They're down 2-0. There's been no consistency in starters 3, 4, or 5. There's not been a lot of help for King James and AD. It's a big issue. They've been outscored in the second half of the 2 playoff games, Sean, 114-83. They're allowing Denver to shoot 59% from the floor in the second half of the 2 playoff games that they've lost the lead. There's no consistency from Reeves. Rui Hachimura's running hot and cold. They're inside the head of D'Angelo Russell. As good as he was early, he's not playing well now. And this is a repeat of what we saw last spring in the NBA Western Finals. And then there's Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis sounded off yesterday. And in essence, it was a critique of Darvin Ham, the coach, saying our substitute patterns just aren't working. We got guys on the floor in combinations that just are not running the offense or playing at the other end defensively the way it needs to be played. And that's why we've given up 114 points in the second half of the last 2 games. And suddenly, AD is not happy. LeBron's only comment is, the only thing I'm focused on is game 3. Yeah, but you need to see why you got to 0-2 in the series because the people around you aren't playing real well. So this is not a good environment as they get ready to roll out here to play the 3rd game against Denver. Can they win? Sure. But they did not win in Denver. They're going to have to win in Denver. And, they're going to reel off 3 straight wins against the Nuggets, the championship Nuggets. Wow. Go ahead, John.
This is such a bad look for AD. I mean, throwing Ham under the bus. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, he should be trying to find a way to bring his team together and have some positive energy. This is negative karma. But how about AD being angry that he wasn't considered for Defensive Player of the Year, and then Jamal Murray hit that last second shot over AD, and that was just sort of an in-your-face kind of thing. The Lakers friggin' collapsed. They blew it. They choked. And yeah, they're up against the wall, but it seems like they can beat other teams, but not Denver.
Denver has now beaten them 10 straight. And Denver's streaky. Denver at times looks so lethargic on offense, looks poor on defense. And then all of a sudden, you got Jamal Murray just going crazy. I think he was 3 for 16 in the first half, and he was 6 of 8 in the second half, including 3 threes. And then Jokic, who looks like he's gassed in the first half, comes back. It's like somebody lit a fire underneath him. And they have stretches where their guards are burying threes and stretches in which their guards look like old men and incompetent. But Denver's been able to put it together at the right time. You come from 21 back in the NBA, it's a hell of an accomplishment. Now, granted, it was in high altitude there. So LeBron says, my whole focus is going to be on game 3. I don't care about the rest of the rhetoric out there. So if the Lakers don't get out of this first round, what's your take on the team? Is it just continue to be who they are, mismatched inability to come together and play?
It's just when you think Pelinka figures it out, it all goes to hell again, doesn't it? So I don't know. I don't see the Lakers getting beyond this series. I mean, what do you think about the other teams in the NBA? I mean, Miami had that big upset over Boston.
How's that? Well, they hit 23 threes. They were just heaving and hoping they go in. They hit 23 threes in one, but I wouldn't be surprised Boston comes back and beats them by 25. Miami's down 2 guards doing this, without Jimmy Butler, and that was a one-off.
That was a one, but it's amazing some of these things that happen because I thought Boston was going to roll to the final. And then what about the Knicks? I mean, they're a number 2 seed. When's the last time the Knicks have been seeded that high in the playoffs?
But they've earned it. I mean, they made all these trades, all these transactions. Jalen Brunson is just a great player. And they got a big man that nobody pays any attention to. He's been hurt for a chunk of the year. Now he's playing again. Mitchell Robinson. And they're doing this without Julius Randle, their leading scorer, who had the shoulder surgery. So, and Tom Thibodeau has got those dudes playing defense now. Can they go beyond the second round? That remains to be seen. So playoffs are kind of unique. So I'm just going to be fascinated going forward. But my whole focus is on, can the Clippers with Kawhi back get into the second round and hope there's no flare-up with the knee? And somebody step forward and help AD and LeBron James here. Because, boy, those guys, the rest of that roster is just schizo.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I agree. And how about the Suns? I mean, they got Durant, and they're still kind of meh.
Well, they're hurting. Durant is there, but their guards, Devin Booker's been hurt. Brett Beal's been chronically hurt. The 2 guards, who are the firepower guys beside Kevin Durant, have really let them down. I think they're shooting between them 41% through the first 2 games of the playoffs. So this is on Booker and the health of Brad Beal, and it's just never happened there this year.
It's unbelievable how I can ask you just any question and you've got the data right there.
I know everything about everything. I apologize. Like it? Great. Don't like it? Tough crap.
It's unbelievable.
Okay, let's go. Last topic on the table.